The global elites do not seem interested in New Zealand anymore. This may not be the best news for the country, especially when it comes to its economic outlook. Today, we're going to have a look at the remarkable shift in global elite preferences. New Zealand has long been a magnet for the world's wealthiest, but recent trends indicate a waning interest from these ultra-wealthy people. We're going to have a look at the factors driving this change, from evolving investment landscapes to geopolitical shifts and policy impacts. So, let's get started. Extremely wealthy people have always thought of New Zealand as a haven for years because it is not only safe, is politically stable, but also has plenty of natural beauty. American tech billionaires and European elites were especially interested because they thought they would be safe and undisturbed there. Unfortunately, this attraction seems to be going away really fast. Changing conditions for investing around the world are a big reason for this change. The very rich are always looking for new, profitable investment options. New Zealand's recent policy changes, especially in the areas of immigration and business, have made it harder for people with a lot of money to get into the country. People aren't sure how they feel about the new investor visa because it requires bigger investments in local businesses instead of idle investments. This change shows that rich investors have changed their goals and strategies. They may now think that other countries offer better, more flexible investment opportunities. Naturally, geopolitical factors play a big role in deciding where to spend. It seems that New Zealand is losing its charm as a peaceful, faraway place to escape, especially when the world is in chaos. Isolation was once a big plus for the country, but now it might be seen as a disadvantage, especially since other politically safe areas are growing and getting closer to big economic hubs. As we dive into the latest changes that are affecting what the country has to offer, here's a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying our content. Thank you so much. Now that we're past that, let's circle back to how the latest changes in New Zealand's investment visa program has made the country much less appealing to people with a lot of money. People haven't been very interested in the new investor visa since it came out. It requires a big investment in local businesses instead of idle investments like real estate. In 2021, 492 people applied for visas through the old program. In its first 6 months, the new program only got 14 applications. This big drop suggests that New Zealand is not as appealing to wealthy investors because of higher investment standards and the fact that popular investment options like bonds and property are not allowed. The changing balance of power in the world, with Asian countries becoming more important, also plays a part. More and more investors are looking for chances to make money in emerging markets, which offer better possibilities for both high returns and strategic geopolitical positioning. This drop in interest is also a part of a larger trend in which countries around the world are struggling with the politics of giving visas to rich foreigners, especially as housing costs rise and people in those countries are unhappy. People all over the world are against these golden visas. For example, the UK, Ireland, and Portugal all shut down their programs because they were worried about fraud and rising home prices. Singapore and Hong Kong, on the other hand, have made it harder to get an investment visa. The way New Zealand is trying to get investments seems to be in line with how people around the world feel. But it makes one wonder about the balance between bringing in foreign cash and keeping things going well in the country. The government's position shows that they value the long-term benefits of direct spending more than the short-term benefits of passive investments. The country still has a great mix of good business conditions and a high quality of life. But there is more competition to draw the very rich, especially from places that are closer to Asian markets. New Zealand will have to figure out how to deal with this new environment, where its old advantages might not be enough to meet the needs of changing global investor goals. From an economic point of view, New Zealand is still very strong, but that's never enough to keep the attention of the very rich. Potential investors are paying more attention to the country's economic policies, especially those that govern immigrants and foreign investment. New Zealand's new method to attract foreign wealth is marked by higher investment thresholds and a focus on direct investment in local businesses over more passive investment options. Also, Investors have spread out their money and investments in different places because of the unstable global economy, which is marked by things like changing markets and political unrest, and due to the fast-paced changes of the world. New Zealand's economic opportunities may no longer match the risk-reward profiles that these high-level buyers are looking for. So, the policies that New Zealand has a lot to do with how appealing it is to the very rich people. There have been big changes in how the government acts, especially when it comes to immigration and foreign business. These rules, which were meant to bring in quality over quantity, have accidentally made people less interested in investing. Cases that get a lot of attention, like when tech billionaire Peter Thiel was given citizenship, have made people and the media pay more attention. This has made the government more careful and strict. Tougher rules may have helped with problems at home, but they have made New Zealand less appealing to wealthy people around the world, who usually look for more open and flexible places to spend. In today's globalized world, there is a lot of competition to draw the very rich. Countries around the world, especially those in the Asia-Pacific area, are trying to get these wealthy people to invest in their countries by offering more aggressive and appealing investment programs. This is being compared to other countries whose economic plans and policy changes are also quickly getting better in order to attract rich investors. Naturally, these rich people are increasingly choosing to live in countries with good strategic locations, easy access to bigger markets, and a wide range of investment possibilities. It might not seem as helpful that New Zealand is far away and has a small market in this situation. Interestingly, New Zealand faces both problems and opportunities because of the change in tastes of the world's richest. It shows that the country needs to keep changing its economic and policy plans in order to stay competitive in the global market for high-end investments. This might mean changing the rules for immigration, making it easier for foreign companies to spend, or even making better use of the country's unique social and environmental features. The fact that ultra-rich people are less interested in investing in New Zealand shows how important it is to understand how the choices of the world's richest people are affected by the complicated interactions between economic, geopolitical, and policy factors. New Zealand clearly has to find a way to balance its domestic needs with its desire to stay a desirable place for wealthy people around the world to invest. In order to do this, it has to deal with a world that is changing quickly and where the ultra-rich's tastes and goals are always evolving. This perspective not only sheds light on New Zealand's present situation, but it also shows how general trends are changing the world of high-end investments. Don't forget to check out some of the other related videos on your screen.